Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Transformation UK, or if you are here for the very first time, welcome to Life Transformation UK. My name is Ben and it's my mission with this channel to help you achieve your freedom through confidence so that you can live the life of your dreams. And in this video today, I want to share with you exactly what happens when you compare yourself with others. And I'm going to really share the cold, hard truth about what is really going on when you are comparing yourself with other people, no matter what area of your life it is. Because ultimately, as I'm sure you're already aware, comparing yourself to other people a lot of times will just lead to pain, and it's not something that we kind of want in our lives. We want to be able to accept ourselves as we are and accept other people as they are as well. And self-comparison a lot of the time is going to lead to lower self-esteem, lower self-confidence, which means that it is going to take you longer to achieve the things that you want in your life. One of the things that I truly believe is that confidence is very much one of the major keys to achieving what you want out of life. So anything that you can do to bolster your confidence or boost it in any way or prevent it from being lowered is going to help you to succeed in your life a lot faster. So if you're excited to learn more about how comparing yourself to other people is potentially ruining your life, then make sure that you do watch this video all the way to the end to get the maximum value from it. If you find this video useful, leave a like on the video, because it really helps to boost the video in the YouTube algorithm, which means it can reach more people and help others as well with the information and value in this video today. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you do subscribe. I put out 3 videos every single week, all about helping you to achieve your freedom through confidence so that you can live the life of your dreams. So if you're interested in anything like that, make sure that you do subscribe to Life Transformation UK. Now, throughout most of my early life, I found myself comparing my life and the way that I was to other people. And I'm sure that you can relate to this. For me, when I was growing up, we didn't have a whole lot of money, so I didn't really have the kind of typical childhood experience that a lot of other kind of kids my age at the time had. We moved around a lot, so I hadn't really had a chance to make all that many friends either, and all in all it was just a very, very kind of atypical life up to that point. And when I started to really integrate with other people, I found myself comparing my life and the way that I was and everything about me to other people. Suddenly I was comparing my grades to other people, whether those grades were higher or lower. I was comparing my body to other people, whether I thought it was better or worse. I was comparing my relationships, my friendships, and really everything in my life to other people in one way or another. And what really started happening was that it started to severely impact my confidence, which, if you are familiar with my story, was already pretty low at the time that I had gotten into school. And one of the things that a lot of people really don't talk about when they do these videos telling you not to compare yourself to other people is that they will very much focus on you kind of comparing upwards to people that you perceive as being better than you in some way. But sometimes we don't focus on what happens when we compare ourselves downwards either, or kind of subjectively downwards to people that we believe are worse off than us. And I'm not talking about not having empathy or sympathy for people who are in bad situations in life, but a lot of times comparison to other people is going to lead to some kind of harmful effect on your confidence and on your self-esteem. So this is what happens when you compare yourself to other people, whether you are comparing yourself upwards or downwards. So when you are comparing yourself to people that you perceive are better than you in some kind of way, the unconscious message that you're really sending yourself is that this person is in a completely different league to me, therefore I am not good enough. And as I've said before, the root of low self-esteem is that single sentence, I am not good enough. And once we have said that to ourselves enough, and once we've built up enough evidence that I am not good enough because this person has this and this and this, and this person has done this and this and this, and they've got these accolades and they've got these awards and they've got this in their life and they're doing this and that. Once we've built up enough evidence for the statement I am not good enough, it becomes a belief. And once something becomes a belief, it is that much harder to break. And so every single time that we compare ourselves to someone and think that they are better than us in some kind of way, what we're really telling ourselves is that we're not good enough, or that maybe we'll never be good enough. And that is going to have a very, very harmful effect on your life over time. Now, on the other hand, here's what happens when you compare yourself to people that you perceive as maybe being below you in some kind of way. So take me, for example. I kind of used to look down on people who had poor grades, even though I had kind of relatively average grades. And the reason for this was that I was trying to build my confidence on the fact that I was better at certain things than other people. And this is something that I actually discussed in last week's video on do you need to be smart to be confident, which I recommend that you do go ahead and watch. I'll link that in the description. I'll have it pop up in the banner above my head as well. And because I was trying to build this belief that I am better than this person because I'm kind of smarter than them or I've got better grades than them, it really lends a lot of... Is credence the word? I think credence is the word. It lends a lot of credence to the whole pride before a fall thing, because ultimately when you're building your confidence on the belief that you are better than other people, inevitably you're going to find somebody that is better than you at almost everything, or maybe at everything that you do. This person is going to be better than you, and at that point what's going to happen is that entire belief that I am confident because I'm better than people because I can do X, Y and Z, it's kind of like sweeping the legs out from underneath you. You're just going to collapse confidence wise. And a lot of the time we don't do this maliciously. I'm not saying that you are going out and saying that you're better than people because you're a bad person. At the end of the day, it is very much a pretty natural emotional instinct that all of us have. But when your confidence is based on that belief, it can crumble so very quickly because it's a belief based on very, very weak evidence. So here is the very, very cold, hard truth about comparing yourself to other people. And that is, there will always be someone who is better than you at something. There will always be someone who is in a better situation than you, no matter who you are in life. There is always going to be somebody who has more money, or there is always going to be somebody who does more holidays or more special experiences. There is going to be somebody who has a better relationship or a better marriage or whatever it is. In some kind of way, there is always going to be somebody that is better than you at whatever it is that you do in life. And at the same time, there's always going to be someone who is worse than you at everything that you do, which kind of ultimately means that comparing yourself to other people is meaningless, because we're not in control of what other people do or don't do. And I hope that makes sense. And we're all on this kind of sliding scale of talent anyway, where one day we'll be really, really good at something, but on another day we could be totally trash at it. We see it with like professional athletes all the time, where they get the yips, for example, where one day they're a superstar and the next day they can't hit anything. It's just one of those things that happens. And when you start to realize that, first of all, everyone is on this sliding scale of talent at all times, and that someone is always going to be better, someone's always going to be worse, because that's just the nature of how life works, then comparing yourself to other people ultimately doesn't serve you. Now, this isn't to say that we shouldn't look up to people as role models, because we absolutely should. I have looked up to a lot of people as role models. But the one thing that I know is that comparing myself to them is kind of a pointless exercise, because it's not really doing anything for me. Ultimately, the truth of the matter is there is only ever one person that you have to measure up with, and that is you. You only ever have to compare yourself to yourself. And this is where the idea of self-acceptance comes in, because whether somebody is better than you at something, whether somebody is worse than you at something, it's not something that you are in control of. Which kind of means that taking it into account in any way is really, really useless as a gauge of who you are. At the end of the day, you only have control of who you are, which means that if you can identify that you are not good at something, then you can go and improve it. Or if you identify that you are good at something, you can double down and strengthen that as well. And I know that I probably say in every single video that I make on self-confidence, but self-acceptance is 100% the key to achieving your confidence over time. Going after what you want in life, knowing exactly where you are right now and how you're going to get to the next level. All of that is so important in developing your self-confidence, and it's something that is so kind of in-depth that I probably would be doing a disservice by telling you how to, or giving you some tips and tricks and techniques on how to start to accept yourself in this video, because it's already run on a little bit longer than I wanted it to do anyway. So I will leave the more detailed steps to that for another time, but I hope that this video has been useful in kind of demonstrating why comparing yourself, whether that is upwards or downwards, is ultimately going to be hurting your confidence in the long run. That the only way that you can build your confidence and therefore accelerate your success in life is through self-acceptance. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have done, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you have any thoughts, any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And as I've said as well, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you do subscribe to Life Transformation UK, because I put out 3 videos just like this every single week. But otherwise, I do hope that you have enjoyed this video, found it useful, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos very soon.